And we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 83 of Checkpoint, your hottest and not modest show. Number
That's right.
one. Number one, we wrote also.
Number one.
We wrote
We are
number one. Rounding up all the
To
hottest
someone.
gaming news stories of the week and discussing all the relevant topics you need to know about. I'm one of your hosts, Vincent DeSantis, joined today by the brand new Sopranos convert, James Walmer. James,
That is me.
how you doing, dude?
I'm doing good.
How you doing?
How you doing?
That's what he says.
I'm doing great.
Good.
It's a good week.
Good. What have you been playing this week? How you doing? How you feeling? It's almost your birthday.
It's almost my birthday. Tuesday's my birthday. Pretty crazy.
Next time we see him, James will be a whole year older. Okay.
22.
22.
22.
22.
What have I been playing? Last Friday after the show, I impulse bought Persona 5 Strikers.
God bless you.
And I love it. I
Good.
absolutely love it. Just a lot of smiles, like getting reintroduced to the characters and being reacquainted with them, and it just feels just like Persona 5.
Good.
Just in terms of like the faithfulness to the atmosphere and the way everything feels, it just feels more like clean and pristine.
Mm-hmm.
You got the different fighting system. It's not the turn-based. It's I forgot the genre of the game that it is, but it's like that Dynasty Warriors type beat.
It's like when we say the Souls-like game. It's a Dynasty Warriors type game. You know?
Yeah, there's like a word for it. It's like a Mugen
Yeah.
game, something like that.
I know I've heard it before, but I'm not sure. Because I also don't think I've ever played like a game in its entirety that's like that.
I haven't either. I've never the only one I played was the Dynasty Warriors Gundam demo for the PS3.
Yeah.
I used to go in
thing.
there into GameStop while my parents were grocery shopping.
Yep.
And just post up at the little at the little station with the TV.
Yeah.
Just play that bad boy for like 15-20 minutes over and over again.
Time just flew by.
Time flew by.
Amazing.
What can I say?
Been playing anything else this week?
Maybe I jumped into a little bit of Deathloop, but it was mainly a Persona 5 Strikers. That was the big one I sank hours into.
Nice. As for me, I played some Kenna on stream, which was super, super fun. I'm loving Kenna. I just know
Is it Kena or Kenna?
It's Kena. It's Keen. It's like
Kena?
It's like Kena. Yeah.
Kena, gotcha.
Kena Bridge of Spirits or something. But Kenna sounds great, so I just say Kenna. But it's really good. I'm enjoying it. It's super fun. It's hard as F. I did my first boss battle in that, and it was disgustingly hard on
This is your
difficulty.
reintroduction into Souls games.
I had to do it like 5 or 6 times.
It's just priming you.
But it was good. I was like, I love that. Like, I was learning the mechanics of the boss. I was like, okay, I'm a little bit better this time. Sometimes I wasn't because I would take an early hit or something, and that sucked. I just restart, all that kind of stuff. So that was good. And then yesterday, James, I played 25 minutes of New World. 25 minutes.
Wow.
Which was very hard because it's an MMO and it was very expensive to try to get in 25 minutes.
Yeah, you're not doing a lot in 25 minutes.
But it went by like that. Let me tell you, it was so much fun. And I think it's going to be dangerous for me. This game is going to be very dangerous for me. I already can see how it could sink. It could sink in me very easily. I'm in the starter area. You're in like a ship and the ship crashes. You wake up on a beach. There's a bunch of monsters or whatever. And then you have to, that's how it's like training you with the combat and how you use the moves. And I just beat like the first couple guys, made my character, and then met this quest giver person. And I did like one, I don't know, tiny little quest.
Like
right?
fetch quest?
Yeah. No, it wasn't even fetch quest. It was like, it was a fetch quest. Yeah, it was like, go down the beach, search these boats, and then come back to me and I'll give you this chess piece. I was like, amazing. I got the chess piece, leveled up a little bit. I'm like, felt good to level up, dude. Felt good. I got a bow and arrow. I don't have any arrows yet, but this will be. I'm excited to play more. I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great.
Sounds like an MMO ass game.
It is definitely. I can't wait to play with people when server stuff comes out. So, like server
like the
transfer.
big stuff.
Dude, they were telling me about wars yesterday.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
There's days of preparation, and then you have to be on at a certain time to go to war for a territory. That sounds epic. I can't wait to get on that, like that type of stuff. So, yeah, we'll see. I've like literally barely scratched the surface, and with an MMO, I haven't even scratched the surface. I've basically just looked at the thing, so we'll see. But that's it. I haven't had any time to play Deathloop this week, or anything else for that matter. But today,
or Bloodborne.
We did play Bloodborne for
Okay,
all of 2 minutes.
It was 2 minutes, and then Vin got discouraged.
I got discouraged because here's the thing, everybody. I need everybody to know that there's a PlayStation trophy on my account that I did not earn myself. It says I beat the Cleric Beast, and that's a lie. James beat the Cleric Beast for me, and I don't feel good about it. So I need to restart Bloodborne so I can beat the Cleric Beast to feel good about it. I hope I'm glad I got this off my chest.
Gotta start a whole new profile.
I guess
just
so.
to get the trophy.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a lot of news this week, actually. We were like, well, it's a lot of big stories, I think.
A lot of big stories.
Usually it's like a couple big stories and then a lot of filler, like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I say it's big stories all the way through today. So let's jump right into it, as these YouTubers say, okay? I saw a funny meme, and I was like, YouTuber breaks his leg by jumping right into it. I thought that was really funny. James, start us off what we got this morning.
Hot off the press this morning is Rockstar Games announces the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy re-release with new improvements. This comes from Michael McWhorter, Polygon. Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas are being updated and re-released on modern platforms later this year, Rockstar Games announced today, confirming a series of leaks. The trio of groundbreaking GTA games will be collected as Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, the definitive edition, and will feature improved visuals and other enhancements. Rockstar's collection promises, quote, across-the-board upgrades including graphical improvements and modern gameplay enhancements for all three games, while still maintaining the classic look and feel of the originals. Rockstar promises more details in the coming weeks and warns that it will begin removing existing versions of those classic GTA games from digital retailers next week. For our audio listeners, Vin just gave a big thumbs down.
Yeah. Sorry.
Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, the definitive edition, is coming to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows PC via the Rockstar Games launcher, which I didn't know existed, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X in 2021. The collection is also coming to Android and iOS devices in 2022. The release of Grand Theft Auto the Trilogy, the definitive edition, odd title, is timed with the 20th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3's original release on PlayStation 2. Rockstar said on its website that it plans to celebrate the anniversary in Grand Theft Auto Online, promising commemorative clothing and liveries, and teasing some unusual activity occurring in and around southern San Andreas.
All right, so does this mean Grand Theft Auto Online is going to have a Fortnite-type event about GTA 3, and then it's going to transfer into this next-gen version of GTA 5 Online?
I hate that now all just special in-game events are Fortnite related because it's really not the case.
It's not, but they did do it big. Fortnite did do it big, and I have to give them it.
Yeah.
They changed. I think that they did the first huge live event.
Are you inferring that there's going to be another, like, Grand Theft Auto Online?
No. That was me just I was making fun of GTA Online.
Okay.
I think it's going to be damn near identical, just maybe a little graphically upgraded or something.
What, Grand Theft Auto Online?
Yeah.
Well, they already said they were doing that. That's coming in November.
Right. Exactly.
Did you spill your water?
No, I just dropped the water.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know. November, I guess. What, is there anything else that has to go?
No, this is coming soon. There's no release date on this.
All right, so here's what I got. I am not happy about Rockstar's decision to remove these ports of the original games on consoles.
I'm not either.
I don't think that's a good move at all. Are they also removing the original ports from Steam? Like, that does not make any sense either.
They would be.
I have San Andreas on Steam.
Obviously they're not going to take it away if you own it.
It's dumb. That is dumb to me. I don't like that. I think that there is a place for the original port plus this remastered edition.
I agree.
What I mean? I guess they're deleting it to get hype, I guess, for this next thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess they're just taking. It's just an opportunity for them to make money again. Like
100%. Yeah.
They're just because what they're gonna do is it'd be cheaper to buy all three of these ports because they're just fucking ports.
And it's $25.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, for all three of them, and then but for the trilogy, the definitive edition, whole $60-$70. Yeah, and they're gonna charge it because they're like, oh, it's remastered and it's gameplay enhancements and all these things. It's a modernized version.
Now, I will say, for Vice City especially, I don't know how crazy the remasters are going to be on any of these.
I don't know. I don't either.
But
I really don't know.
I think Vice City has the potential to look really, really cool
Well, it says including graphical improvements and modern gameplay enhancements. So because it says they're still maintaining the classic look and feel of the originals.
Right. So it's gonna be punch, 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 money drop, money drop, money drop.
Yes.
Love that.
Yeah. I would assume.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to see. But I'm excited to see what they look like, because I do have like a fresh picture in my mind of like, this is what San Andreas looks like. You know what I mean? Like, what is this gonna look like? Oh shit! Here we go again.
So explain to me one thing, Vin.
Hit me.
As someone who never played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, what's the point of remastering San Andreas when GTA 5 exists?
I don't know. Also, I think San Andreas is still fun. Like, you can play San Andreas right now without remastered stuff and have a good time. It's not like it sucks to play or anything, especially if you played it a long time ago, which I know you haven't. There is that nostalgic feel to it, but it doesn't. I guess it does feel like a PS2 game or whatever it released on.
Yeah, PS2.
I guess I don't really know what these. I would have to see these upgrades to see if this is a worthwhile exchange. You know what I mean? I'd rather them be working on GTA 6, because regardless, I think these remasters are going to be like, oh, now it looks like a PS4 game instead of a PS2 game. I want GTA 6 to look like a PS5 game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
I don't really care about like these half steps bringing them forward. Like, the game's playable right now.
What if they just don't know what the fuck they're doing for GTA 6?
That is a potential thing. That is possible.
What if they're like, we have no idea what we're doing, so we're just gonna do these remasters?
Do you think that this announcement comes because, well, not because, but GTA 6 is, we know it's far out. We know it's far away.
Is this to tide us over?
Dude, people were saying, I loved it, like during E3 and stuff. They were like, oh, Rockstar announced something every this many years at E3, so they're going to release or announce GTA 6 at this E3, that kind of thing. Obviously no GTA, but because they're working on this remaster now, they're working on getting GTA 5 to next gen. I don't know.
They're doing too much.
I just want GTA 6. Like, that's it.
That's all I want.
No. I want GTA 6 and I want Red Dead Online to be better than it is.
It's not going to happen.
Because Red Dead Online is so good. It has the potential to be so good.
Fell off the train.
Red Dead 2 is a masterpiece, everybody. An effing masterpiece. Okay. Do you have anything else to say about GTA?
I got nothing.
Okay. I'm excited to see a trailer, though.
Mm-hmm.
Up next. You said me too.
I just said me too.
Oh, sorry. I thought I cut you off. My bad. Twitch has been hacked wide open, baby. When I say wide open, I mean it was a huge hack. James,
it was a shit show.
This week was a really bad week for cybersecurity everywhere, I think.
Yep.
We had a lot of hacks going on, a lot of downtime on some internet socials. It was bad. This comes from Pushware. Twitch TV, the largest online platform for live streaming games and other content, has apparently been leaked in its entirety. As reported for VGC, an anonymous hacker has posted a large torrent on 4chan, reportedly containing a huge amount of information not intended for the public. The leak apparently includes, it says apparently, but all these are true, so I don't really know. I don't really know why they're putting that. The leak includes the site's source code, payout reports from 2019 for the top 100,000 creators, the mobile desktop and console apps, and an unreleased Steam competitor named Vapor, and much more, which I think is very clever. Steam and Vapor. Or maybe that's a working title.
Well, if it's a competitor, I feel like it's just an original.
Yes. It's a rip. It's a rip.
It's a rip. It's bootleg Steam.
I would assume it's a working title. Some people who have been digging into the torrent are saying there's a risk the leak could also include account information such as encrypted passwords. To be safe, we'd suggest you change your password as soon as possible and enable two-factor authentication if you have not already. I changed my password, and you should too, because you never know. This attack on the Amazon-owned website is apparently to foster more disruption and competition into the online video streaming space, which makes no sense how this goes about it. And is at least in part a reaction to the, quote, disgusting and toxic community. Twitch has been awash with hate raids lately, a practice that sends abusive bot accounts to other streamers. The site has been criticized for slow action against this sort of behavior. Very true. The hacker is allegedly planning to reveal more information in further leaks, so it seems this is not over yet. Whatever the case, cover yourselves with a quick password change to err on the side of caution. Twitch, it took them 10 hours, but they actually tweeted about this, saying that we know about the hack, we're working on it, that kind of stuff, instead of like the hate raids and basically not saying anything about it for months. So that's bad. For the hate raids though, Twitch did finally give an option if you're a streamer to turn on a mode where you can only allow people to chat if they have an email verified with their account. So that helps, but it's still not doing everything, and Twitch needs to find the people that are the source of the hate rates.
Yeah.
That's awful. But yeah, just change your passwords on Twitch. It's easy, it's quick, and you definitely don't want personal information getting out there.
Right.
Especially if you do stream and you have,
PayPal connected.
Yeah, we know about PayPal. We had a big kerfuffle with PayPal this week. Yeah, we won't get into that.
Won't get into it.
What's next?
Sora is the final Smash Bros. Ultimate fighter joining the roster. Nintendo has revealed that Sora is the final fighter joining the roster of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This news was announced today, which was yesterday?
2 days ago.
2 days ago, Wednesday. As a part of the final Sakurai Presents. And the final... Sorry, I had to make sure I said Sakurai's name right.
Sakurai's a legend.
Yeah, he is. And the reveal came as a major surprise, but not because fans didn't want Sora. In fact, Smash Bros. Ultimate director... Masahiro Sakurai revealed that Sora has been the most requested fighter to date.
That's wild to me.
Yeah.
I didn't think so, but...
I knew it was.
Okay.
People were so up in arms about wanting Sora.
Yeah.
Next to Master Chief and Doom Guy.
Yeah.
When Nintendo sent out this Super Smash Bros. Fan roster request survey back in 3DS and Wii U Smash days, Sora was the fighter fans wanted the most. It took 6 years, but the day is finally here. Sora is now a fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He'll be available for purchase on October 18th, the same day as the game's 3 new Mii fighter costumes become available. Like previously released fighters, Sora can be purchased individually for $5.99 or as a part of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter Pass Volume 2, which costs $29.99.
Yep.
And the Mii fighter costumes are... one of them is Doom Guy.
Really?
Yeah, one of them is Doom Guy.
Oh, that's awesome. I had no idea.
And the other 2 are just like other things that are not as significant.
The trailer reveal of this was hype as hell. Mm-hmm. The GIF that was made of, it's like Sora flies in or whatever and then lands, and then Mario's right here, all the characters are behind him, and they shake hands in the middle, and there's a giant Smash
Mario
thing in the
big
back.
ass hands.
Yeah, giant ass Mario glove and then little Sora hand. It is epic. It is
really
like
great.
Top tier Nintendo stuff.
There's all the memes about like how the keychain on the fucking Keyblade costed more than the entire thing.
They have a close up of like
Mickey
Mouse.
They just have a close up of the Mickey Mouse.
I can imagine that was expensive.
Oh yeah.
But this is hype, dude. That's very exciting. It's super super exciting. I'm sad that there's no more characters coming to Smash. I feel like they can just keep going.
They really could just keep going.
More maps, more music, more characters. Mm-hmm. This game could never die potentially.
Well, I think they just they would put out a new one.
Totally.
Which start fresh.
Which makes sense, but
a lot of game devs could take a cue from that. Looking at you, Destiny.
To make a new game?
Make a new game.
But a lot of people are happy with Destiny right now.
No, they need a new engine.
They did. They upgraded to
No, they need a new engine.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I guess so. I guess they need a new engine.
They need a new engine.
I can't wait to play Sora. But we'll have to wait till October 18th, which is pretty soon. 10 days.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also right now on the Nintendo Store, if you purchase the Fighter Pass before, or like any of the other characters before October 18th, you get double your coins. Like, you know the coins you get when you buy stuff, and that's for like in-store cash back? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You get double the coins.
Okay. That's kind of nice.
That's really nice. So I think I'm going to buy the Fighter Pass for $30, get double the coins I normally would, so then I could use that for like Metroid Dread or something.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan and a half. Mm-hmm. So to buy both Fighter Packs is going to be $60, huh?
Yep.
That shit hurted.
Which is why it hurts less if you bought the first Fighter Pass when it came out.
I did not.
And then you buy the second, because then you're like, oh, it's $30.
Yeah.
But
I'm hoping they just bundle these, like $40, both passes.
They're never gonna do it. Do you know why?
It's Nintendo.
Because it's Nintendo, and Nintendo can get away with doing anything they want monetarily.
Right. They literally will
because people will just pay money for it.
Yep.
Including a new Smash game in the next. Normally it's every like console generation.
Yeah.
So they did one for Wii, they did one for Wii U, and they're doing one for the Switch. And then when the Switch 4K comes out, I'm still crossing my fingers.
Right, hold on, let's get crazy for a sec. Let's get crazy. So the Switch, we have the Switch OLED that comes out today.
That doesn't count.
Right. This is like what I would consider the mid-console refresh.
Yeah.
Is the Switch 4K obviously probably going to be titled something else? Is that going to be the next generation of console? You know
I agree.
What I mean? For Nintendo.
I think it would be.
That will be considered like their next thing. I think the Switch is huge. The Switch is so big. So.
And I think I think it would be like this current state of like the PS4, PS5 generation, of like the people who are really hardcore about like wanting bigger experiences.
Yeah.
Are gonna get the Switch 4K, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And then I think the Switch is still gonna function for most people who already have a Switch.
Totally.
For those people, like similar to how a lot of people still have like Wii's in their living room, and it works for them.
Yeah.
Switch is gonna still be that same thing.
It's like how the PS3 is just a dedicated Netflix machine in my house.
Exactly.
It just sits there and it works.
Or like how Wii's are just dedicated Wii Sports machines.
Yep. And Wii Sports Resort. Let's not forget about Wii Sports Resort.
Never. Okay. I was just using umbrella Wii Sports.
And Nintendo, this is at you. I want Switch Sports Resort and Switch Sports Ultimate. That's what I want.
Yep.
I seriously, it's a huge miss that we don't have a Switch Sports game. Okay.
Wait till the next Switch comes out, and then it's gonna be the launch. It's gonna be It's gonna be the biggest thing ever.
Can you imagine Joy-Conning? Just like we're playing golf out there, bro.
Yeah.
We're bowling.
Yeah.
We're dogfighting.
You saw the
biking.
The technology in the Mario Golf.
Incredible.
Is really insane.
Switch, Nintendo, where are you at? I could be a consultant on this project. I can help you guys out. Could be big. So call me up. But while we wait for Switch Sports Ultimate, we have a couple releases this week.
Yeah, we do.
Number 1 that we have right now is Far Cry 6, the long-awaited, highly anticipated mixed bag. That's what it is. This comes from GameSpot. We have a couple reviews here, James. We'll just go back and forth. Number 1. Also, neither of us have played Far Cry 6, so we can't speak personally on this game whatsoever. But we can read these reviews from people we like. So, GameSpot gives it a 7, but it's a review in progress. So they're still working on it. Their 7 is a maybe score right now. They're still figuring it out. And they say, quote, Far Cry 6 is an often fun game that feels like it's throwing everything at you. And if you want a heap of content, Far Cry 6 absolutely has you covered. In isolation, a lot of its elements are fun. Taken together, though, it feels a lot like disparate things that keep taking your attention back to menus and map icons and away from the fun in the story. After 24 hours, I'm not sure I want to do all those other things. I just want to blow stuff up. That comes from Phil Hornshaw.
Video Games Chronicle gave it a 2 out of 5. If you're interested in another Far Cry game that does the Far Cry stuff the way it's been doing it for 10 years, you'll probably have a good time. But if you've already hit your limit with this kind of game, Far Cry 6 is the new plus ultra of why open world game design is so badly in need of a revolution. This comes from Jordan Midler.
And if I'm going to be honest, I would probably side with that because I'm pretty tired of open world games right now.
I wish we had the review in here of the guy who said, I just can't do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
I think that was Fanbyte, right?
No.
Okay, we gotta look.
No.
IGN gives it an 8 out of 10, opposite side of the spectrum, because Video Game Chronicle literally gave it a 4. So IGN, 8 out of 10, they say, Far Cry 6 is some of the most fun I've had with the series in nearly a decade. Its cast delivers strong performances across an enjoyable story, even if it's also fairly predictable. A fairly predictable one that doesn't always land the bigger swings it tries to take. And despite some faltering new inventory mechanics and a handful of bizarre design choices, its creative weaponry makes taking down an outpost, ransacking a convoy, or even just taking a ride with a buddy has never felt better. And that's from John Ryan. So John Ryan seemed to really enjoy Far Cry 6. So again, if you like this kind of stuff, you're gonna love Far Cry 6. If you're tired of all of open world games or first-person shooters like that, this is probably gonna fall off hard for you.
Or like very much like the Ubisoft sort of like the formulaic go climb these towers and activate these points, uncover this map, and do these quests to like get more guns, and then you go do the more quests and do the strongholds and like clear the stronghold to like push a button to get this new progression thing.
Which I'll say sometimes I'm in need of that. Sometimes I just need that. But right now in my life, I don't need that.
Here's the thing. I just think other games do it better than Far Cry, too. Sure. Like, Far Cry doesn't have that market corner. Like, I think Metal Gear Solid did that way better. Metal Gear Solid 5 is, like, the peak of the going into a place, like, taking down everyone and then doing the thing. So, and then getting out.
I only played Far Cry 4. That's the only Far Cry game I've played.
Really?
I haven't played 3. I know that's another gamer sin I gotta get on.
Yeah, Far Cry 3 is, like, one of the OGs.
Yeah.
Is it actually that incredible? No. But
sure.
I think
people just like the villain.
Yeah, Voss.
But the Voss is in this game, like as in a season pass with like 3 villains or something like that, like the multiverse of villains in the Far Cry universe or whatever the crap. So, that's interesting. at least.
So I found the other review.
Yeah, hit me.
It's from Vice's gaming
okay.
Outlet.
Yeah.
That said, this isn't a review of Far Cry 6 because honestly, I can't play this shit anymore. I just can't do it.
That's brutal, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find like a summarizing paragraph or something.
Okay, what's the end say?
I'm going to read these last two paragraphs.
Okay.
I've pushed myself through several Far Cry games now because it always felt as if there was something there just under the surface that I couldn't quite reach. Fighting religious extremists in Montana is an appealing concept that Ubisoft didn't pull off. So too with all its other Far Cry games with their big maps, sprawling story, and big themes. The series tricks the player into thinking there's something interesting going on. In reality, behind the lushly designed jungles, explosive firefights, and even beyond the confused and distasteful political dimensions, Far Cry 6 is just a storefront designed to sell you crocodile skins at $5 a pop.
Damn. It's a shell.
It's a fucking shell. A hollow shell.
That's crazy. And then it's very opposite end of the spectrum. You either like it or you just really don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Polygon gives it no score and says Far Cry as a whole.
Well, they don't give scores to games.
Sorry, thank you. But it definitely did not get the Polygon recommends, if you were wondering. No. Far Cry as a whole is frozen in time. That's a big statement, and I like that statement a lot.
Yeah.
The few mechanical additions in the series' latest entry don't show much improvement over what Far Cry 5 or Far Cry New Dawn already have explored. And if your interest lies in the search for any semblance of proper representation, you're better off looking elsewhere. Very few examples in recent years have been able to shake the norm. And if Far Cry 6 is any indication of what AAA publishers can do with a Latin American setting, painting it more as a window dressing than an actual picture worth celebrating, I would rather not see another one try.
Damn.
And that's from Diego
Arguello.
So that's
Damn.
interesting too. And he does have a big section of this that covers just like exactly what he said here as the follow-up, is that this game is like looking at a lens, I guess, of like Latin American settings and heritage and stuff like that, instead of being in it. Like it's like looking at it. It's like being in it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So that's actually a good point. If you want to go like read this article too, it's pretty good. It's a good written,
very good perspective.
Article. Yeah, and a good perspective.
Polygon always has good like writers who have like good unique perspectives like on the games they're playing.
That's true. We've had a lot of times when we say like, oh, you got to read that whole article, and it's mostly the Polygon articles.
Yeah, they got great writers.
Straight up.
Next up, we got one of the best games of the year, I think, from what I can tell, because this is Metroid Dread, the first Metroid game in the last 20 years.
Facts.
This first one comes from GameSpot, who gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yep.
This is from Stephen Petit. The Metroidvania genre, oh my god, why can't I say it? The Metroidvania genre moniker alone is proof that Metroid's DNA has lived on throughout the lengthy hiatus. As Samus returns Metroid Dread, it's undeniable that the series is entering on a landscape that is littered with games that are indebted to it, and in some cases, improved on it. Nevertheless, Metroid Dread is a triumphant return for the bounty hunter, in large part because it remains true to its lineage. Like seeing an old friend for the first time in many years, Metroid Dread is charmingly familiar, an old-school side-scroller with a modern look and feel.
I just want to say, GameSpot gives that an 8 out of 10, which is the same as they gave Far Cry 6.
Just different
totally
reviewers,
different,
though.
Totally different. You're right. I just think it's funny. No, sorry, that's GameSpot. My bad. GameSpot gave Far Cry a 7 in its review in progress. I was looking at IGN. Video Game Chronicle gives it a 5 out of 5, a perfect score, saying, quote, "The best thing about Metroid Dread is how it simultaneously feels staunchly loyal to the series' traditions, but also a meaningful upgrade on what came before. With that, it's both a fine conclusion to one of gaming's most beloved sagas and a glimpse at how it could yet thrive under the guidance of a studio that's proved itself as a worthy custodian." That's from Andy Robinson. That's a really well-written couple sentences right there.
I also want to find one from Polygon because we've been gassing up Polygon. I'll read the next one. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. Wait, no, actually, you read this.
Yes. IGN gives it a 9 out of 10, saying, quote, "Metroid Dread gets so much right after so many years that I almost feel resentful that we didn't get this game and a few sequels in some steady cadence starting in 2005. But instead, I'm incredibly happy to play a Metroid that is back at the top of its game. Even though it's the latest in a decades-old series, Dread has just enough clever innovation to balance its familiarity. The universally recognizable mix of tough puzzles, tougher boss fights, and ever-evolving exploration options and intricate level design that recent games like Hollow Knight and Ori get so right has an origin point. It's Metroid. And that's from Samuel Claiborne.
Polygon gives it the Polygon recommends. Good for them. Final paragraph reads, Dread reimagines the Metroid format with confidence and care, and it trusts the player to make leaps along the way. While following its interwoven path of epic boss fights, satisfying upgrades, and otherworldly environments, all I could think was that this is the Metroid game I've been waiting for. It easily stands astride the best entries in the series, and I eagerly await for a follow-up in the year 2040.
One day, we'll finally get another.
Yep.
Okay. This is a new reveal this week, and I think it's absolutely hilarious. So
wait, Finn.
Yes.
Do you plan on buying either of these games?
No.
Really? You don't plan on buying Metroid Dread?
No. There's like only 2 or 3 games this through the end of the year that I can buy.
You're never gonna buy Metroid Dread.
I didn't say that.
I asked you if you're gonna buy it, and I said,
"Oh, am I gonna buy it right now?" No. Also, because I have so many games to play and I don't have time. So like, even if I bought this $60 game, when am I gonna play it?
I gotta buy Metroid Dread.
Do it. You gotta do it. But you're a bigger fan of Metroid than I am, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I am excited for it. I'm super glad it's reviewing well, and I do eventually want to play it. But it's not a day one purchase for me personally. Or like a must buy, I guess. You know. When are you gonna get it? You gonna have a full review for us next week? Oh, your birthday. Let's go. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is very funny to me. Out of the blue, fans rebel after Ubisoft announces Ghost Recon Frontline.
This is so funny to me.
This comes from VentureBeat. Ubisoft today revealed its latest Tom Clancy project. Tom Clancy, Ghost Recon Frontline. It's a free-to-play first-person shooter, and its flagship mode is a battle royale in the style of Call of Duty Warzone. And it definitely looks like Call of Duty Warzone and the shadiness of Breakpoint. Okay?
Yep.
Mixed together. Frontline will put players in teams of 3 in 102-player matches in a location called Drakemore Island. And there they will, as the tradition with Battle Royale titles, have to duke it out with some other players in order to be the last one standing. According to Ubisoft, Frontline will have a, quote, advanced class system and a large set of tactical support tools allowing for complete freedom in strategic gameplay. It appears Frontline will have other non-BR modes in the future. Developer Ubisoft Bucharest has promised that new modes will involve quicker or more casual gameplay, such as arena-based fights. Who wants it? James, who wants it? Because I'll tell you right now, Ubisoft has already announced another free-to-play shooter in the Tom Clancy universe. Yep. It's first person, and it's like a team-based shooter.
Yep.
What? Who's looking forward to that?
Nope, not me.
Have you heard anybody talk about it since the weird trailer that we got, and then, like, content creators getting paid to write good things about it?
Nope.
No shot.
Nope.
The reaction from gamers so far has been decidedly unamused. The trailer has a huge dislike-to-like ratio, as does Ubisoft's explainer video. The comments on almost every official video are roasting Ubisoft for their decision to make this game, asserting that no one wanted a Battle Royale game from the company.
It's true, they're not wrong.
It will not be able to compete with the rest of Battle Royales out there, and Ubisoft's decision to make a game may hurt the future of Tom Clancy titles, which I would definitely agree with. We are putting a stain on the Tom Clancy name.
Yes.
With the last 3 entries. Although I stand by Wildlands is a fantastic game.
It's not.
It is a fantastic game.
No, it's not.
Totally is.
It's not good.
If you go to sites like Reddit, the general attitude is still unhappy. On the Ghost Recon subreddit, users are asserting that this title will kill all future interest in the series and that Ubisoft has spectacularly failed to meet the community demand. But a small vocal group of fans are most disappointed that Ubisoft appears to be making every type of Tom Clancy game except for Splinter Cell.
Yeah. Hate to see it.
Despite
it's the worst.
Despite fans asking for a new one.
Yeah, literally everyone is asking for it. This is what I imagine Ubisoft, like
the board meeting.
Not the board meeting, okay. But like I imagine Ubisoft is just like this guy in like a really like dirty suit in a dark room. He's like, all right, what do we gotta do to make some money around here? And then the like little henchman comes in the room and is like, everybody's doing battle royales, master. And he's like, we'll just do a battle royale. He switches voices.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
He has like multiple personalities.
Does he open his trench coat and it's full of microtransactions?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. We're really on the same page on this one. Okay. Do you remember months and months ago when we had a report, the very long Ubisoft report about all the future titles, all their they're going to have this large focus on free-to-play games and stuff? I believe that this and their other Tom Clancy game are those free-to-play games they're talking about, and what a disappointment. What a disappointment.
Yeah.
So sad, man. So sad. I know Ubisoft has it in them to really just, like, they've been in this area for years now of, like, making these same titles, right? Same titles, same type of titles. Hyperscape did not land. They wanted that to be huge for him.
Didn't it land for, like, a minute?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was cool. I think it had a lot of good ideas to it, but there was no longevity. I never felt the need to go in and play it again. It did play good, though. It played good. But I think Riders Republic is kind of a step in, like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
But it is open world, and it's kind of the same design as their open world games in general. It's let's fast travel to this location, do a race. Done. You could bike to any of these locations, but let's fast travel and do a race. So, but I don't really know. It's you kind of can't compare it to like Far Cry or Assassin's Creed or anything. So I'm not sure there. But I think Ubisoft can like really just do something new. I'm ready for a big change, such as a big change from Assassin's Creed, whatever it was, like Syndicate to Origins, like that big of a change. Like we're changing the gear system and everything. It plays differently. Their open world design did not change though, but the gameplay changed. I need something that's gonna draw me in because right now it's not. That's all I got.
What's that?
This is a long-ass article for a single point, but here we are. Let's do it.
Well, there's more. There's a lot to it.
Let's get it.
Nintendo says it has improved Joy-Con analog sticks, but wear is unavoidable. This comes from Tom Phillips at Eurogamer. While the Nintendo Switch is a beloved console for many fans, one persistent technical issue has continuously plagued the device: its Joy-Con analog controls. Reports of Joy-Con controls drifting or behaving erratically after a period of time are nothing new, and while the company still faces a class action lawsuit over the issue, Nintendo's president has apologized for the situation. Now, in a developer interview timed alongside today's launch of the... Oh, sorry, this is like Wednesday, I want to say. When did the Switch OLED come out?
Friday.
Today?
Right.
Oh, it came out today. All right.
I think so.
Nintendo has addressed the issue again and said it has made improvements, but that some wear and tear is unavoidable, saying, quote, Joy-Con controllers have a lot of different features, so we've been continuing to make improvements that may not always be visible, said Toru Yamashita, Deputy General Manager of Nintendo's Technology Development Department.
It's a great title.
It is. Among others, the analog stick parts have continuously been improved since launch, and we are still working on improvements. There's no explicit acknowledgement of stick drift or other issues, but Yamashita gets close to it, simply stating that the original Joy-Con made for the Switch's launch, often cited as the most liable to experience issues, still pass Nintendo's quality control. The analog stick at first released cleared the Nintendo reliability test using the method of rotating the stick while continuously applying a load to it, while the same criteria as the Wii U's gamepad, with the same criteria as the Wii U gamepad's analog stick. Yamashita added, as we have always been trying to improve it as well, we have investigated the Joy-Con controllers used by the customers and repeatedly improved the wear resistance and durability. Nintendo's Joy-Con parts are custom made, Yamashita continued, and the company has both improved the reliability test and made changes to improve durability. These changes have already rolled out into controllers shipped with the Nintendo Switch Lite and others sold individually at the time. But Nintendo's Ko Shioda, general manager of the company's technology development division, said that some wear was unavoidable and likened the movement seen in Joy-Con controllers to the kind that wears down car tires.
Makes sense, I guess.
Saying, quote, car tires wear out as the car moves, as they're in constant friction with the ground to rotate, Shioda said. So with that same premise, we asked ourselves, how can we improve durability? And not only that, but how can both operability and durability coexist? It's something we are continually tackling. The degree of wear depends on factors like the combination of the materials and forms, Yamashita concluded. So we continue to make improvements by researching which combinations are less likely to wear. In January, the European Commission released a statement outlining its potential next steps regarding Nintendo Switch Joy-Con drift, prompted by calls for it to act from its own European consumer organization, the BEUC, The matter is currently in the EC's hands.
Okay. So to summarize that up, it's basically just Nintendo knows that the drift is a problem. They've tried to take steps to improve the problem, but it's in the design, right?
And I would they claim they have taken steps to improve the design. Specifically from the Nintendo Switch Lite release and the individual controllers sold around the time as the Nintendo Switch Lite and forward.
Dude, can you imagine if you got drift on your Lite? You can't switch them out. That would suck so bad.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Drift is horrible, dude. I mean, it is great living with roommates now because we can play Smash, and I have no one to play Smash with at home. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. So when we bust out Smash the other night, I'm handing out controllers, and then one of our roommates was like,
"That was me."
Yeah,
I said this has stick drift.
It has stick drift, and there it goes. One of my controllers is like, put a piece of tape on it. It's gone. It's gone. You just can't use it.
You just toss it.
I tried using it for Mario the other day because I forgot I didn't put the tape on it right then. Went right off the edge. I was like, no, this is too frustrating. I would like a new Joy-Con. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sucks.
What's interesting to me is I don't understand why Joy-Con drift is such an issue in comparison to other controllers.
Right.
What is it about Joy-Con specifically that is causing more instances of drift rather than with PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X,
right,
Xbox One, PS4 controllers? My PS4 controllers all had stick drift.
Really? I don't think I ever had one with stick drift.
Really?
Which was nice.
Both of mine got on the right stick. Really bad stick drift.
And I know there was reports a while ago about the DualSense having some stick drift.
Yes.
I haven't run into that yet. But I don't know all the layers that are inside of this, how it's built. But I'm assuming since the Joy-Cons are so small, they're very light. You know what I mean? The pieces must be significantly smaller to be able to handle that, and I'm sure they wear down faster. That seems to be an explanation, I guess, but I don't really know.
So I actually did a little bit of research on this when I tried to fix my PS4 controller stick drift. So basically what it is the Joy-Con or the stick has a dome on the bottom.
Yep.
And that dome connects to this little square thing that is basically the sensor.
Right.
And so basically over time the sensor just kind of wears.
Oh.
And it's not as, it doesn't remain as tight.
Is it an actual a sensor, something that it moves on? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. That blows. That blows big time. Remember when people I remember this in the PS3 days, for instance, where those controllers had horrible drift constantly. I feel like the DualShock 3s, people would be like, "Oh yeah, you just have to lift, pop the thing out and push it back in a bunch of times until it starts working again."
Yep.
I don't know if that ever worked or not, but I always felt good doing it. I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is fixing
So I did with my PS4 controllers.
It's I
never worked.
I gotta do these 360 no scopes on NW2. Let me just take this in and out real quick. Yeah. Let me make this work.
Yep.
Good times. Well, there it is, more freaking Joy-Con drift, which is just an F. As of yesterday, Bungie comes out with a statement that, you know what? How does Bungie just win so much and then lose so much just right after each other? I don't
get it.
Understand. But here's an L. Destiny 2 will lose its beloved Forsaken location and campaign. A huge F. This comes from Polygon. We know that Destiny 2 is vaulting content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do know that.
I just don't know if this is the right call for what to vault. Destiny 2's best campaign is going the way of Cade 6. What a way to start the article.
Wow.
Big spoilers right there also. Yes, the Forsaken campaign alongside the Tangled Shore destination, which I'm okay with leaving out.
I didn't really care about the destination.
They're going into the Destiny content vault on February 22nd, 2022. So when the Witch Queen launches, which is their next big expansion. For the uninitiated, the Destiny content vault is Bungie's way of purging old content from Destiny 2 and re-adding original Destiny content back into the game. Last year, Bungie vaulted 4 locations, Io, Titan, Mercury, and Mars, and returned the Cosmodrome. So they really did take out a lot.
That's so, it's they said, all right, we're going to take out 4 locations, but give you 1.
And Mars was just okay. I miss Io. I kind of liked Io, I'm not going to lie. Returned the Cosmodrome and several associated strikes from the original Destiny, which I like. Those are good strikes.
Yeah.
They're solid. Destiny's first raid also returned from the Destiny content vault earlier this year in a reprised format. I can't wait to play this. I still haven't played it yet. That's literally why I'm playing Destiny, so I can play Vaulted Glass again. I love that raid so much. With the Witch Queen, Bungie is taking a lighter hand than it did in 2020 with Beyond Light. Players won't lose access to any major bits of endgame content like the last Wish Raid or the Shattered Throne dungeon, because the Shattered Realm is staying. It's not getting vaulted because I think there's too many there's too many important characters that come from there. So we're gonna have to go back there eventually. I think that's how that works.
Yep.
But the actual story missions for Forsaken and the destinations they take place on will be removed, which is an F because it's the best campaign. Players will also lose access to a variety of seasonal content such as Harbinger, and Presage missions. I played Presage missions. Oh my god, this is horrible this morning. Battlegrounds, the seasonal activity from Season of the Chosen, which I played, which is, you're not missing out if that goes away. I didn't really like that. Oh, but it won't be leaving. F. I thought it said it was won't be leaving the game like Override and Astral Alignment. Astral Alignment is not very good. Override was pretty fun. And will instead join Proving Ground, Warden of Nothing, and other strikes in what Bungie is calling the Vanguard Operations playlist. That's kind of cool. I guess you could take them, like, if you want to play it, they just kind of remove it. They're in its own category now. What if they have their Forsaken armor so you can grind armor there? That might be nice. I don't know. Which, they should do that for every strike then.
Yes.
We'll see.
Wait, are you saying, like, have armor be strike specific?
Well, I mean, that would be the best if armor strike specific and you go higher difficulty to get more rare gear from that. But I think that would be a lot for them, which sucks, but it would be awesome.
I mean,
it would even be better, though, if... Imagine there was a big strike playlist where you can just matchmake into any of them, doesn't matter, but also expansion specific strike playlists that have different gear. That would be a great first step into putting gear into each strike, but
yeah,
that's another thing. Bungie originally stated that the Destiny content vault will help the studio reduce content bloat and make the game easier to develop. In this announcement, the studio revealed that the removal of content during the Beyond Light era paved the way for faster patches and better loading times. This time, Bungie is essentially taking out content
commensurate.
Oh my lord. With wood it's adding to the Witch Queen, alongside some reprised content like maps and other classic raids. To say farewell to the Tangled Shore and the Forsaken campaign, all players, free and paid, will be able to play through the campaign from December 7th to the Witch Queen's launch in fall 2022. Alongside the free campaign, Bungie will sell a new pack called the Forsaken Pack, which will include access to the Last Witch Raid, the Shattered Throne dungeon, and a variety of exotics from the Forsaken era. Guardians who previously purchased Forsaken will automatically have this pack unlocked. Bungie did not reveal a price for the upcoming pack. So, I guess what that means is you will no longer be able to buy the Forsaken expansion from any marketplace. Instead, you will just be buying this Forsaken pack, which is not the campaign. It's just some of the endgame items.
Which is ass.
I think if they're vaulting this, they should just add all this to the free stuff. To New Light, but if they did do that, I think that would discourage a lot of people buying the new expansions if they think they can just wait a couple years and then be able to play it for free. So that's an interesting decision right there.
Yep.
Rough.
Very rough.
James, tell me a little bit about this.
Eidos Montreal is going to a 4-day work week. They're going down from I'll just read the thing. Says, we're delighted to announce a major evolution for our studios. We'll be shifting a 4-day work week to a 4-day work week for all employees. Obviously, we've had questions for Daniel and Fossey, our head of studio. Read on for more details and what follows on Eidos Montreal's website as a Q&A, like little FAQ about some of the things, saying like, so the first question is, the big news is out. Eidos Montreal and Eidos Sherbrooke will switch to the 4-day work week. Can you tell us more about this initiative and how this transition will happen? Saying, yes, this initiative is another step toward the embodiment of the studio's values, building a healthy, creative, and sustainable work environment for our employees. Currently, our various teams are working on the development of transition plans to ensure success and maintain the highest standards in the industry. In the next few weeks, the Montreal and Sherbrooke studios will be officially closed on Fridays, without changing the working conditions currently in place, nor the salaries of employees, thus switching from the 40-hour work week to 32-hour work week.
That's huge.
We love to see it.
That's huge.
We love to see it. And this is huge because Montreal is an insanely competitive area for games development. And so for like Eidos Montreal, one of the biggest developers in Montreal, to be taking this stance and moving towards a smaller, shorter work week means a lot.
And I think we've seen that it's proven to be helpful for studios
Yes.
with other companies and studios that do this. I can't think of one right now, but I remember reading a whole article about certain studios in other countries that were on the 4-day work week, and they were significantly more productive during the week. So I really hope that this becomes like a standard beyond, and not, I hope it becomes a standard.
And I think this next point is important too. Like in talking about the 4-day work week, it says, does this mean that the workload of the teams will have to be condensed within 4 days? And so the idea, they said, is not to condense the working hours into 4 days, but rather to review our ways of doing things and our quality time invested with the aim of working better. Above all, we want to increase the productivity and well-being of our employees. Concretely, we want to reduce the time at work, but increase the quality of this time invested, whether it's on a team basis or for the studio as a whole, a promising right balance for everything. We want a real collaborative aspect so that the teams contribute to the transition, each one working to define the parameters and criteria for success for the organization of work and deadlines. We hope that this will eliminate unnecessary time and build on efficiency, for example, by reducing internal meetings from 1 hour to 30 minutes.
So small changes like that.
Yes.
And they wrap it up by basically saying we always have the aim of improving the quality of life at work and the well-being of our employees. So that's at their forefront, which is really cool.
Super cool.
Really happy for that. I'm sure that I hope we see like positive effects right away. I don't really know the negative effects because I don't work there. You know what I mean? The negative effects that the 5-day work week had. So I'm hoping that developers share like what changed for them personally within the 4-day work week, because I think that will be seen by other studios and hopefully help them.
Yep. Help get rid of this like crunch culture.
Yeah. And it's everybody's favorite time. Random, fun
Stories without
stuff.
a story.
Baby James, what's the first one?
Various Rocksteady devs have released official character art for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
You said Rocksteady so fast, like Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
Right. Yeah, so that's exciting. Genshin Impact generates $2 billion on mobile in the first year.
Yep.
And speaking of MiHoYo, they announced a new game, and you can sign up for its beta right now, and it's basically Genshin Impact in space. So if you're into Genshin Impact,
I'm gonna sign up, baby.
I'm down. I'm in.
DC Fandom teases Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights new footage.
Yes, sir. DC Fandom is on Saturday. Tomorrow. DC Fandom is tomorrow. And so next week, I'm sure we'll be talking a lot.
That's Saturday, October 9th.
Saturday, October 9th. Thank you. Yes. If you're watching this next week or listening next week, it's already happened, and you probably already know the news. And then we already talked about Bungie. So that's that. And that's a wrap, baby, on episode 83 of Checkpoint. James, you have any closing words to tell these people for the end of the week?
Thank you so much to our audio listeners. Don't forget to leave a review.
Yes. Super important.
Don't forget to subscribe if you're listening to us on YouTube.
We passed 900 subscribers on the Strictly Casual channel. Thank you guys for that. We are almost YouTube partners. We're getting very close.
We're so close.
And that's a huge step for us. So
thank you.
Thank you. If you're an audio listener and you've never checked out our YouTube, it would mean a lot if you would go over there and check it out. Or if you watch on YouTube and you've never checked out the audio podcast, even though you listen here, if you could leave a review for us on audio platforms to bump us up on those charts, baby, that would help a lot as well. Great. That would be super helpful. Thank you guys again, and we will see you potentially next Friday, potentially sooner, because I might have to be on set on Friday, but we'll figure this out. Okay. We'll figure this out. All right. We love you guys. See you next time.